Okay, how's it going, everybody? Whew, I know it's been about, probably by the time I post this, over a week since I last uploaded. I was in a funk, not feeling great, and then stuff was going on with life, so yeah. But I'm here now, and I am super excited to be talking about Wonderlands Redux content patch update 1, whatever they call it. Yeah, this is just super exciting. The fact that this is out. I haven't even played it yet. I haven't even installed it yet. And stick around because I'm going to show anybody that doesn't remember how to install it toward the end of the video. So stick around. But for now, I want to go over the patch notes. I am super excited for this. So this is Redux patch notes 1.0.2. The following notes are for patch 1.0.2 and hotfix 1.0.7. This patch will need to be downloaded from either Nexus Mods or GitHub, and the hotfix file will apply automatically. Please restart your game to see changes take effect. So I usually download it from Nexus Mods just because I use that website all the time anyways for Fallout and stuff, so I'm just more familiar with it. But anyways, so let's get into the changes. Added an image to indicate when your patch is out of date in the bottom left of the main menu / pause screen. That's really cool. I like that. All difficulties of the mirrors are now unlocked by default. While this was originally unintended, the team feels this feature is a good way to increase options across the board of content. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. I was actually hoping they would do this. Legacy hunt totems can now be interacted with up to 3 times per level load. Oh, wow. Now you don't... Oh, okay. Wow, 3 times. Okay, that's awesome. Added a quick change station near marked legacy hunts. Oh, wow. They some really good changes in here. Change the color of dark magic damage numbers. Change the size of the critical hit pop-up. Sped up the player death animation. Added 2 new legacy hunts. 2 new respawnable totems on Tangle Drift. 2 new respawnable totems on Crackmass Cove, 3 new respawnable totems on Karnok's Wall, and added 25 unique enemies to the list of mini-boss selections in the Chaos Chamber. Respawnable totems are now more likely to spawn all enemies in the same spot instead of having the player wait for each enemy to move. The quote-unquote stripes armor pattern has been changed to the For the Kids armor pattern in the support of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. That's cool. I'm curious to see what that looks like. I mean, did they change the actual pattern or just the name? I don't know. That's cool either way. Balance changes. Reduced the amount of total health on Wastard. In a prior hotfix, this boss was mistakenly overturned. Reduced the amount of total health on the Bunnidhog raid boss puzzle. Reduced the amount of total health on Chaos Shroomite enemies. Judgment has received some changes to their health. The intended mechanic for this boss was to have a primary health bar which would serve as a minor DPS test before getting to the real health bar underneath. Unfortunately, this was not properly indicated and caused confusion. So then this loot changes, added 10 new items. The Perceiver pistol has returned. This item was previously replaced in Redux, but has now been brought back. The Boniface's Soul Pistol has returned. This item was previously replaced in Redux, but has now been brought back. Oh wow! So they're bringing back items they replaced, I guess. The Frozen Orb spell has returned. The Twin Soul melee weapon has returned. Numerous enchantments have been reworked, and a few new enchantments have been added to the pool. Difficulty 1 of all mirror bosses no longer rewards the player with souls and instead now drops their dedicated loot pool. Adjusted the zoom on sniper scopes. The previous value was a little overturned, I'm sorry. Reduced the swing speed and melee damage of the Big Ounce. This item was far overturned, and we found it was outscaling other items in the manufacturer. Reduced the damage of the Dragonfly. While we still want this gun to feel good, we felt the previous value invalidated numerous items in the game, which was unintended. The Harbinger now also restores health in addition to ward. The Protagonizer has received a buff to its ability damage bonus. The Swordurang's Thrown Sword projectile now deals melee damage. Additionally, we have buffed its reload speed and weapon damage slightly. The Sorcerang can now drop in all elements. The Calamity has received a buff to its fire damage bonus. This armor was okay, but often outclassed by many other options. The Crystal Storm has received a buff to its weapon damage. The Vengeance has received a buff to its weapon damage. Ironsides received a buff to its weapon damage. The Heckwaiter received a buff to its weapon damage. The Mistral has received a buff to its fire rate. The Headganon has received a buff to its weapon damage and fire rate. The Crying Apple has received a buff to its Nova damage and also the speed at which it releases the Nova. The Pandemicium has received a buff to its explosion chance and explosion damage, reduced the amount of spell charges on the Shock Blast. The Transistor has received a buff to its elemental bonus. The Last Resort now deals void damage. While we're unable to make this spell scale properly, this change should make the spell more useful than it previously was. The Archaic Host has received a buff to its weapon damage. This gun was previously not meeting our expectations. The Omega Rush has received a buff to its melee crit damage. The original value was unintended and has been fixed. The Omega Rush can now roll with hilt mods. We originally left these out in order to prevent too much RNG on the item. However, in the process, this weapon felt like a worse choice in comparison to most melee weapons. We'll continue to monitor how this change impacts the feeling of seeing this item drop. Wow, this is incredible. I want to finish reading before I really give my thoughts though. The Revenant has had its special ability reworked. As a team, we came to the conclusion that this item was not holding up in comparison to other pearlescents, and as such made the decision to overhaul it. The Stab-O-Matic now deals melee damage once again. While our initial vision for this gun does not match this change, the previous changes caused the team numerous issues with this gun, which we're taking up a substantial amount of time to test/fix. The maximum crystal amount for a bunny feeding has been reduced to 1,000. Wow, that's huge. I think it used to be 2,500, right? This is an overall buff to bunny loot in general. Additionally, we have increased the amount of crystals gained from clearing rooms in the Chaos Chamber. Numerous items have received a new skin. These items will need to be acquired again in order to get the changes. The items affected are Archek, Revenant, Archaic Host, Mulligan, Winter's Edge, Dragonfly, and Searcher's Wrath. I hope I read that right. Character changes. Increases the radius of Berserker's Feral Surge ability. Improved the collision on Berserker's Dreadwind ability. Berserker's Blast Chill skill can now trigger off of all melee damage sources. Somebody let me know, because I'm not playing as Berserker right now, if I do in the future, but if anybody is and has tried the new stuff that they've updated, definitely let me know down below, because I'm really curious if it's like, it feels a lot better. In this update, we're making some changes to Stab-O-Mancer. While this class is performing well in our eyes, we also feel in many scenarios it always ends up being the best pick no matter the task. Our goal with these changes is to balance Stab-O-Mancer out. Increased the bonus provided by Arsenal, increased the crit damage penalty on From the Shadows, reduced the crit chance bonus on the Critical Ascension Augment, reduced the damage on the Slasher Augment, reduced the damage on Alchemical Agent. Bug fixes. I'll just read these really quick. Fixed a bug causing difficulty 4 of chums to not drop the correct amount of lost souls. Fixed a bug causing Blightcaller class power to roll more often than intended on items. The shaped hourglass to not roll for the Blightcaller class. Fast traveling to sometimes not teleport the player. The critical hit pop-up to not change for various languages. The Archaic Host to not spawn Fate Eaters on certain enemies, rune shields to receive suffixes in the inventory, and fixed a bug causing the scroll bar in the inventory to move extremely slowly on mouse and keyboard. Oh my god, I'm so happy that that got fixed. Holy crap, that was so annoying. It was like the one issue that the menu was having for me. Oh my god, wow. I'm honestly more excited about that than any of the other fixes. Fixed a bug causing the Mosquito Mantle to not receive its bonus damage from the crossbolts. Fixed a bug causing numerous mission-related respawnable enemies to drop quest items, often resulting in soft locking. That was actually a big one too. I'm glad they fixed that. That one always made me nervous to farm mission people before doing the mission. Fixed a bug causing numerous items to be lost upon save quitting to the main menu. So the fixes here seem really good. Character changes, I'm not really sure because this affects two classes that I really don't play as. If you guys play as the Stabomancer or the Berserker, definitely let me know down below if you've tried these changes and how you feel about them. I'm so curious. This is where it's like, holy, the loot changes. I mean, it's just incredible. The amount of buffs they've done. I'm excited to dive into this, man. I'm not one of those people, like, I don't go crazy, like, testing damage and stuff like that, you know, sitting around I mean, I don't know, maybe I'll do that for a few things, maybe, if I have, like, a character with a build set up, but I'm not crazy into that. But I am so excited, especially this. The maximum crystal amount for bunny feeding has been reduced, and you get more crystals now. Honestly, I know a lot of people were saying they had issues with it. I didn't even really have an issue with how it felt before, but that's probably because I didn't do the Chaos Chambers a lot after I got to Chaos 10 and all that. Yeah, this is exciting. I'm curious about the skins. I'm very curious about this. I'm very, very curious. So let me know what you guys think of all of these changes. 10 new items. They've like brought back some stuff that they replaced through Redux. Added some new enchantments, reworked some old ones. I like that you can just jump right into the bosses of the mirrors. Yeah, just let me know what you guys think of all of this. The new legacy hunts too. I'm so excited to dive into all this. Like I said, I haven't even played this yet, so let me know if you guys want to hear my thoughts and opinions on the Content 1 update. I'll try to dive into it as much as I can in the next week, but no guarantees, depends on everything around me going on. But anyways, so yeah, definitely let me know in the comments down below if you've played the Content Patch 1 update, whatever it's called. Let me know what you guys think. I am so excited to dive into this. But now, stick around, don't go anywhere, because if you haven't installed it yet and you want to know how, I'll show you right here. So let's just get right over to that. Alright, so basically this is where I download it personally. You can also do GitHub. I'll link both down below. The Wonderlands Redux is right here on Nexus Mods. For Nexus Mods, the file is right here. You click Files, it'll say Redux Patch 1.0.2, you hit Manual Download. It'll probably take a couple minutes to download or whatever. And then once it's done downloading, I'll show you right here, they'll go to the pathing. You'll find your game, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. You'll go to Oak Game, Content, and then Packs. So you'll want to follow that right there. And then wherever your Wonderlands is gonna differ from mine. I have like a folder just called games, and it's in there for me personally on one of my many drives. But this is the pathing once you find Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, Oak Game, Content, Packs, and basically you're gonna find this folder with all this stuff, pack chunks and whatever, and then you're gonna scroll all the way down, and if you already installed Redux, you should have this down here, Redux 99 P-Pack, up here, or down here, I should say. And then basically once it's done downloading, you're gonna have the same thing, Redux 99 P-Pack, and you're just gonna drag and drop, and it's gonna ask to replace the file and the destination. Yep, and that's it. That's literally it. It's just as easy as that. So hopefully that helps somebody out there. Thank you all so much for coming over and checking this out. I am super duper excited to be hopping into this, man. Let me know. I know I literally read every single bullet point. I didn't really plan on doing that. I was gonna do highlights, but I didn't even read through it myself. So I just said, you know what? Let's just read through it together. I thought that would be, I don't think a lot of people do that, and I thought that would, be nice for some people to just be able to hear every single thing. And honestly, it was nice for me. I like being able to just know everything that's changed, and there's sometimes just those minor things that really get you excited. I'm honestly so excited for the mouse and keyboard fix. on the scroll bar. I can't tell you how excited I am to be able to just use the menu normally now, because it's very rare in Borderlands. I feel like Borderlands always has these quirky issues with UI and mouse and keyboard for some reason. So I'm super excited because Wonderlands had the least amount of issues. It was really just that scroll bar. So now that that's fixed, yay. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. What was your favorite change? The thing you got most excited about? Let me know down below. And if you enjoyed, you know what to do with all those buttons, like, sub, all that stuff. I will be covering the Redux every time it gets like updates. You know, if there's a hot fix with some good stuff in there, I'll definitely cover it. So make sure to stick around, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Thank you so much if you stuck around till the end. Thank you so much. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Later.